Today I'm going to be doing a really pretty soft and dewy look on this pretty girl Jaclyn. She actually has her own beauty channel here on YouTube.
Yes.
It is Jaclyn Brooke Beauty, so definitely check her out. She has really good videos. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing this look she has on now, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! Alright, so today we're going to use Advanced Minerals on Jaclyn, and this is just a really great mineral foundation. They actually use this on shows like CSI and like I think like Nashville and stuff like that, a lot of big shows. So she has such pretty skin already, and that's why I chose to do the dewy look on her. And all you have to do for the dewy look is get a little bit of foundation, and then I'm going to use the Clinique Super Primer. It's kind of like a lotion, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit of lotion and mix it in with my foundation as well. So just about that much. And I'm just going to mix it, a little cocktail on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to dab in certain areas on her face, on her cheeks, on her forehead, her nose, and her chin. And this just allows us to get an even coverage all over her face, just so one side doesn't have more foundation than the other. I'm also going to be using a beauty blender on Jaclyn because it just really helps to create more of a dewy look. A brush can tend to look a bit more like full coverage, and we don't need that much coverage on her. So I'm just going to dab it everywhere. Make sure it is all blended in. I'm just going to make sure to get down her neck as well, just to make sure that her face and her neck are the same color. This looks really pretty. And you can already tell that she has a little bit of a gleam to her face, a glow. So what I'm doing now is I'm just dabbing the concealer on the inner corner of her eye, the inner third, and this is just because this gets the darkest. Over here, we get a lot more light over here, so we actually don't need as much concealer as we think. The inner corner is where the darkest is, but I do blend a little bit out here. It's because we have so many shadows over here with our nose and our forehead.
Is that the brush you just got in your lips?
No, this is the one they gave me. But I do like the one that... And I like to just highlight the chin a little bit as well, and above, right above the Cupid's bow. Next, I'm going to fill in her eyebrows. I'm just using the Bold Brow eyeshadow palette, and you can use any eyeshadow for this. She's a blondie, so I'm going to just mix these two together, and I'm just going to go really light on this color. So yeah, I like to do brows first before I do eyeshadow, just because it gives me a little bit more of like a form to see where I can put the eyeshadow, if that makes sense. I like to start at the base of the eyebrow because that's where I want it the darkest. And then it's kind of like a gradual thing where I'm going to get lighter as I move in towards her eye. And I just follow the natural shape of her eyebrow. Use a Sephora fluffy brush. This is the Pro Blending large 27 brush from Sephora. I already said that. But I just love how fluffy it is. And first I'm going to be doing just a white shade from this LA Girl palette. It's basically like we decided what? This is like the Naked 3 palette.
Yeah.
Basically, but it's just not. It's just a cheaper one. I'm just going to go all on her eyelid with this. We're going to do like a very angel-esque look. I'm just sweeping that from the inner corner to the outer corner. This will just matte out her eyes. We are going to add a lot of shine to the inner corner, so I want her lid to be a little bit more neutral and matte. Then I'm going to take the shade right next to this white one, and I'm just going to, it's another matte color. I like to add mattes as the base just to set the glitter. And I'm just going to do that on the outer 3 corners of her eyelid. 3/4, 3 corners. I'm going to take this color here and also just blend that with using the same brush. Just on the outer V again. I love dewy looks for summer too, because if you have a tan, like Jaclyn has a little bit of a tan because she just got home from a cruise. Lucky brat. So it just looks really great with a tan as well. Now I'm going to go in with more of like an orangey brown shade just right over that. I'm going to take a flat shader brush. I'm using one from Morphe. And I'm also going to go right over the pink we did in the outer V. This time, since I'm more using a flat brush, I'm just going to really make that V sharp. And then we'll blend it all together. So I'm going to use just a hint of brown in the outer corner again. And this is just going to look really pretty, and it's just going to make her eyes pop. I'm going to take a brown shade. It's a little bit matter, and it's from the Barely Exposed palette by City Color. And I'm going to just be using this flat angled brush once more. See how that just makes her eyes pop a little bit more? I'm going to use the lightest shade in the palette. This is like a very opal color. And I'm just going to make sure to get right in the inner third of her eye. I'm going to be using a flat shader brush once again. This one is a lot skinnier than the other one I've been using. What I'm going to do is just pat in the inner corner of her eye.
Do you want me to open or close?
You can keep them closed. When you're tired in the morning, this will just really make you look alive and awake and fresh and ready for your day. I'm just going to blend it out a little bit more using my big fluffy brush so it doesn't have a harsh line from where it meets the light product to the dark product. We're going to do mascara. I'm using the Full Lash Bloom Mascara by CoverGirl, and I like this mascara pretty good.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
I got just barely a little bit of mascara on her inner corner of her eye, and instead of wiping it off right away, I'm going to wait and let it dry. It just seems to come up easier than when it's wet. I'm just going to take my Q-tip, just comes right off. Like that. Next we are going to move on to contouring. Now, I'm not going to do a heavy contour on her because with, again, the dewy look, you just want more of a bronze glow and not so much of a you know, harsh contour like a Kim K contour. But I'm going to be using the NYX Wonder Stick, and it's a cream contour and highlight. I'm going to go right under her natural cheekbone so you can feel it, like you can feel your own. So I just made a line right here. Then after this we're going to take our beauty blender and blend it all out. So find that jawbone. Sometimes I even like to curve it a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to contour her nose just a bit. This stick is so easy to apply, even more than powder, I feel like, and it's really easy to blend out because it's so creamy. And then I'm gonna do just a little bit under her jawline. There, and just a little right there. And then Jaclyn has a pretty good forehead, but we're just gonna add some more brown, bronzy color up here. So you want to blend up with your beauty blender when you do this because it really just creates lifted cheeks and just a better contour. So you can already tell already that natural contour that she's getting. I just keep blending. You never want to like turn your head and then somebody's like, whoa, you got a big old line going down your cheek. I'm just going to take the highlighter side from the NYX Wonder Stick and just highlight down her nose and make these lines on her forehead. And just a little bit on her chin and above her Cupid's bow. And I think that's all I'm going to do today. I'm going to take the Beauty Blender again, just bring it down her nose, a nice line. This looks so good when you take pictures too. This is why Kim Kardashian and all the stars look so hot. But we're not going as crazy with our contour like they do. I'm going to take my blush palette, and this is from Beauty Treats. It's the Professional palette. And let that focus there. They have all these pretty colors in here. And I really like the pigments that these provide. Okay, so I'm gonna mix these two shades right here, and I think it will just be very pretty on her cheeks. I'm gonna be using this Morphe brush. It's just a round, small cheek brush. So for her, I'm gonna do a little bit on her cheeks, and then I'm just gonna work it, girl, up the cheekbone. Just keep blending that blush so it doesn't have harsh lines. Just blend it into the contour a little bit. If you want to make your blush stand out and blend in really well, I like to take a big fluffy brush and all I do is twist it on the skin. That makes a lot of depth in your blush. So for the lips, all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of lip gloss, and I'm using this brownie goldy pink shade. There's a ton of colors in here. It's like a pink brown. And I'm just going to apply a little bit on her lip. So we have one more step, and it is my favorite part. I'm going to start highlighting with a powder, and this is the Opal Highlighter by Becca. Can I just show you how pretty this is? Look at that. I'm just going to apply my highlighter with this big fluffy brush, and it's not huge, it's just about medium size. This is my favorite part, and I'm just going to apply that right above the cheekbone, and right above the eyebrow, like a C formation. So I'm just going to spray the NYX Finishing Setting Spray on her. We're just going to do a few sprays. Maybe one more for good measure. Okay. And that, do two more. And that just really enhances her dewiness. And this is the finished look. Doesn't she look beautiful and pretty? And just show them your cheeks here. Look at that. Look at how dewy she looks. Not sweaty, but just really, what would you call this? Fresh.
A glow.
And alive. And you have a pretty glow about you. Okay. Yeah. Alright guys, so thanks so much for watching this video. I loved doing Jaclyn's makeup. It was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Okay.
Do it. It is
looks
so good.
So pretty and dewy, and especially in the light, you can just see all that glow on her. She looks gorgeous. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to go check out her channel, Jaclyn Brooke Beauty. She makes some awesome videos.
Thanks.
Thank you guys. Bye.